I'm Dave Cathey, the Food Dude. We got Father's Day coming up this weekend, and so I decided to visit a place that embodies the spirit of Father's Day as well as any place I know. Now, they're not going to be open on Sunday because, you know, the owner's a father. He's not going to do that. But Papa Dio's Italian restaurant and wine bar has been around since 1979, and it's been built on the Bonadio family's tradition of passing down recipes and wherewithal from one generation to the next. Let's check it out.
All right, we're going to be making chicken piccata here at Papa Dio's. We're going to start with fresh chicken. We always use fresh chicken and we never use frozen. We're going to lightly dust it in flour and cook it in lightly salted butter. Add lemon, capers, white wine, and shallots. We'll go ahead and thicken it up, and we'll go ahead and serve it up here in just a minute, so keep an eye peeled. The secret to any good Italian cooking is never overcook your chicken or your seafood. The secret to not overcooking your chicken is watching the sides of the chicken. It'll start to get white. When it gets white all the way through, it's time to turn it over. Turn your flame down just a little bit so you don't burn the butter. And capers. Pickled mustard buds is what I call them. All right. Let that finish off. Add a squeeze of half a lemon. And I always squeeze it in my hand because I don't like seeds in my chicken piccata. Some people put a lemon diaper on there. I don't use lemon diapers. Just squeeze it in my hand, and that way you can catch all the seeds. This is the traditional Northern Italian recipe, chicken piccata. It's found at most Italian restaurants. In fact, a lot of the American restaurants are using it because it is a very, very good, tasty dish. A lot of customers come in and ask for different names. Scallopini, chicken scallopini, which is basically just thin chicken. It's made chicken limon. A lot of recipes are called that. It's basically chicken with butter and lemon and fresh mushrooms. Now, when the chicken is just about done, you don't want to overcook it. You turn your flame up high, and we're going to give it 3 rings of white wine. This is called deglazing. And what we're doing is we're cooking off all the alcohol. So all you people that don't drink alcohol, it's okay. We're not going to drink any alcohol. We're just using the flavor of the wine. When you reduce it and the alcohol goes away, it leaves the flavor of the grape and the character of the wine in your sauce. Basically just keep stirring it until it thickens up. It's ready. You can see now that we have a thick sauce. It's made itself by the reduction of the wine. All the alcohol's gone, the flavor's there, and it's now thickened up into a sauce. And we'll take our plate and just pour it out, pouring our sauce on top. Now all that needs is garnish and a knife and a fork, and you're good to go. Now the other dish we're going to make is chicken marsala. It's very similar in that we're using chicken, lightly floured. We're going to cook it in butter also, but it doesn't get any lemon, it doesn't get any shallots, and it doesn't get any capers. It's a very, very simple recipe, and we're using a red wine in chicken marsala instead of a white wine. Now marsala is made with an Italian wine, and it's a red wine, but it's not actually a tomato sauce. It's not considered an actual red sauce. It is a wine sauce, but it's going to be darker because the wine that we use is a red wine. Not quite ready yet. We didn't get our butter really too hot, but that's good. We're just going to add our mushrooms here in a little bit. These are one of the few recipes and menu items that have been on for quite some time. They're very, very traditional Italian, along with spaghetti and meatballs, which most people think is Italian, which it is. But if you want a chicken dish, chicken piccata and chicken marsala is probably one of our most popular. If you like mushrooms, you can add as many as you like. It's not going to change the flavor. And the mushrooms go in last because they cook so quickly. If you put them in at the beginning, they would be very small and shriveled up mushrooms and not very flavorful. And if you can't do the feel test to make sure that they're cooked, you can always cheat and cut into them. It's kind of a no-no in the barbecue and the cooking business to cut into it, but we're going to do it just to show you what you can do if you're not sure if it's cooked. If it's white inside, it's ready. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and deglaze this and finish it off. We're going to turn our flame up high. We're going to get our marsala. Now be careful, marsala's got a little more alcohol, so it's going to flame on us here. There we go. Got some flambe going on right there. All right. All the alcohol's burning off. And it's starting to thicken up on us. All right. We got thickness, we got cook, and we're ready to pour it out on the plate. And a sauce on top. And one of the other sauces that I developed is a Trieste sauce, which is a combination of 3 sauces. And when I first designed this, it was kind of a mistake. We had a couple of dishes, some Alfredo and some red sauce and pesto sauce, kind of as a mistake. So I mixed them all together and sat down and ate it, and everyone went, "Oh, that's terrible." And then they tried it, and they went, "Whoa, that's pretty good stuff." So they asked me to make that sauce that I made that was the mistakes, and it turned it into the Trieste, and that's where it is now. It's a combination of 3 sauces. It's actually a rose-colored sauce when it's combined. You've got your Alfredo sauce in here, you've got your thick red, and you've got your pesto sauce. And that's going to turn in very similar to a vodka sauce that a lot of people serve today. Doesn't quite have the spice that. Now, our signature pasta with that is tortellinis filled with cheese, which we're going to go ahead and heat up here just a little bit in our hot sauce. The best way to heat up pasta is just some really hot water. And once they get good and hot, we'll just dump them in and toss them right up in the Trieste sauce. Drain it really good. Okay, toss it in. And here we go. Now you can do this sauce with just pretty much anything. You can add chicken, you can add shrimp, you can use a lot of the other different cuts of pasta. You can use fettuccine Alfredo, which is or fettuccine noodle, which is very popular, a spaghetti, mostaccioli, which is a penne pasta. But tortellini kind of really sets it up because you've got your cheese and your pasta in there, and it seems like people order it every way, shape, and form. Again, our signature sauce for my dad is the fettuccine, the Alfredo sauce, made with sour cream. We're going to go ahead and fire that up right now. A lot of times it'll break if it's too hot, so we have to be careful not to make it too hot and break the sauce. Heat up our fettuccine noodles over here, and put them in there and toss it. You don't have to be a professional. You can try this at home. If you really want to see what it tastes like, you have to come to Papadio's. And we're just about ready to plate it up, bring it up to temperature. And again, you can have our Alfredo sauce with just pretty much any pasta that we offer, and you can even make up your own ideas. Oh, Papadio's actually started out as Dio's Original Fried Pizza in 1979 at 107 North May, just around the corner of our location that we have right now. And I wanted to be the next Little Caesar restaurateur, franchise, or extraordinaire with Dio's Original Fried Pizza, which unfortunately at the time was in pretty stiff competition with a lot of the people out there. So just pretty much a few months after I opened, I kind of talked to my dad and was kind of despaired about not doing good business, and he said, "Let's open an Italian restaurant. What about recipes?" He says, "Well, I think I can come up with a few that we'll need." So with my marketing expertise I got from OSU, I decided to change the name in honor of my father to Papadio's. I've always wanted 2 restaurants. I always wanted a fine dining restaurant, and it's very difficult to be in 2 places at one time. And with the chance of having 2 dining rooms, one very casual, and how we started out, this family-owned restaurant, bring your kids in, worked out very well. And then the wine bar side is for over 21 only. So if you're paying for a babysitter at home, you don't want to sit next to a screaming kid, you can come here and sit down and relax, have a nice quiet dinner, and not pay any high-priced prices that you would get at a fine dining restaurant. We'll cook to order, whatever you want. Like I tell people, if they come in with a strange request, we cook for money, so whatever you want, we'll make it.